Hello, hello. Welcome to our live retreat through the MYRetreat app. Today, I am joined by Maven Maira, the Confidence Cultivator. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. And we met during Afrotech just a couple of short months ago. You
Yeah.
were the amazing MC, right? For that event. And I'd love to hear a little bit more about who you are and what you do.
Yeah. It's man, that Afrotech seems like it was 2 days ago and 2 years ago. I don't know what's happening with time. My previous career was in the oil and gas industry as one of the nation's few Black female traders.
Mhm.
And to have transitioned from that to what I do now, which is leadership facilitation, predominantly for women, confidence cultivation. And really, what I like to say my work now centers around is helping women lead powerfully, but live joyfully.
Mm.
Lead powerfully, but live joyfully because, I think we've been on a bad roller coaster for probably some decades now as women that we have to be it all, do it all, and we it's okay to sacrifice our health and our families and all these things in the name of success. And I'm truly grateful that I think women like us have figured out another way that doesn't have to be our journey. And listen, we're going to just bring as many women and men along with us as we can for a more mindful journey, right? To be more connected and centered around the things that we give our energy to, which I think is so important.
Most definitely, most definitely. Thank you for that. And I see in your background ways that people can follow you, connect with you. So make sure that we all do that. I'm excited to be on one of your conversations in the near future. Do you want to share about that?
Yeah, so I'm so excited that this whole year is centered around the Leadership Wellness Circle. So, what that looks like for Q1 are live streams on LinkedIn and YouTube every other Thursday. And Melissa, you're going to be one of my amazing guests for that. So, we go from Q1 of live streams to Q2. The podcast season 3 launches in April. So does the Leadership Wellness Circle membership. Now, the membership is a community, again, about supporting women, helping us have the tools we need to get off of those roller coasters, right? It's been such a way of life for so long for so many women that when they hear things like balance and harmony and mindfulness, they think, oh, well, maybe that's for someone else. But I want them to know that the attainability of that is really starts with your mind. It really starts, and you have all the power that you need to be able to do that. And then we're going to end, and the membership goes throughout the year, but in September, we're going to do an in person leadership wellness gathering. And that will be all about purposeful play. That's one of my big focuses with that this year is purposeful play. We know how to work. We know how to do it and go and go and go, even when our body's like, stop. We know how to keep going. But purposeful play, that's where we learn to be intentional about slowing down, resting, having restoration, and being a part of community to include joy. Like I've always said in my prayers that God, I don't want to create something wonderful just for other women. I want to enjoy it as well. And sometimes, as the curator of the thing, right, we're so busy building and tweaking and adjusting and doing all the things that are required with work to make things amazing. But I too want to be a recipient of the work that I do, so that that I'm also leading powerfully, yet having joy to live well. That to me is that's what brings really my soul joy, to know that I can have that for myself and that I can help through other women like you, Melissa, help also show other women that they can have it for themselves too, that this is not some special right that we have, that it really is available to anyone that, yes, wants to do the work, because my Maven quote says the work is not skippable. There is work that's required to get to being self-aware, enjoying mindfulness, including more joy, having purposeful play, being a great leader. It doesn't just come with, two snaps and a click of your heels. It does require work, but that work, it's so worth it. When just before I got on our call, you and I were talking about the wonderful Kim Roxy and watching her grow and evolve. Those are the things that bring me joy, right? Seeing another woman continue to light up in her space. And I got a voice memo from a friend who I had given like a mindfulness journey to, a journal a couple of years ago for her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And shortly after her birthday, her mom passed away suddenly. And she said she just could not use a journal, because a journal kind of is a planner, you're thinking through, and they had not planned, of course, to lose her mom. And so she just couldn't do it. She left me a voice memo today that says she felt like she was ready to journal again, and she was going to buy one. And she said she went to her nightstand and found the journal that I had given her. Listen, of course, she was past tears in the voice memo, and it brought me to just another gratitude moment, that the things that we are purposed to do are helping light up the way for other people, just when they need it. Just when they need it. I didn't remember I even bought that journal for her for a birthday present 3 years ago.
Yes.
But today, when she needed it and when she was ready for it, it
Was
was
there.
right there for her. So those are all the things that the Leadership Wellness Circle leads people back to, right? It helps every woman figure out what is her unique journey, where she can not just live and lead and go and be great, but just have some peace about it, right? Have some joy, some self-awareness, to trust your body when it says you need to rest,
Mm.
that you have the space to rest, that nothing that is for you is going to be missed while you rest. I'm confident. I'm confident in that. I tell women that all the time. If it's for you and you need a whole nap, take the nap.
Mm-hmm.
Be
Mm-hmm.
okay. Trust that your life, your abundance is not so fragile that a moment of rest disqualifies you from what has been assigned to you. You're going to get it.
You are
Yeah.
so right, Myra. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, we are here today to do a guided imagery practice with our intention to be grounded. And throughout the week, as I had shared, all of the people who use the MYRetreat app have set their intention to be grounded. They've done a body scan to connect with what's going on right in their body. And we do that, which is different from most body scans that I've experienced or been trained to do. And that's because we want to create a new habit where your mind first thinks about what's right in your body, because there's always so much more that is going on that's right than is wrong, as long as you're breathing. And
Mhm.
so we did that yesterday through the app with a recording that is on there. And of course, every day people are rewarding themselves with a small piece of chocolate as that tangible reward, because similar to when you see a journal finally saying now's the time, when you see a piece of chocolate at my retreat, we encourage people to think, what can I do for myself? A small, simple act for my own well-being to increase my wellness, and then reward myself with something that brings me joy, being chocolate, which is my personal love language.
I love it.
So we encourage everyone who's with us to have a piece of chocolate. What kind of chocolate do you have today?
So I have a salted caramel dark chocolate.
Ooh,
I know, and I thought I had picked up almond butter with dark chocolate. But listen, we're gonna go with the salted caramel, see what we get.
yes, yes. It's the time for
Yes.
all chocolates that are good chocolate. That's fabulous. So we'll first make sure that we have our chocolate. Then make sure that we have something to drink. And the reason why I always say something to drink, which for me my coffee cup. I don't drink coffee. It always has water in it. But it's because inevitably there's going to be a noise, whether it's somebody knocking on your office door, a doorbell, a dog barking, maybe your kids are home from school. So kids calling your name, but there's always going to be a noise that happens. And so instead of going down that rabbit hole of shoulding on yourself, right? I should have turned off my cell phone. I should have, told my kids I was going to meditate for 3 minutes, whatever the case may be. Just take a sip of water because it's a way to ground yourself and hydrate, which both of those things are great. So that's why we have the water, we have our chocolate. And then I'm going to ask that you join me in closing your eyes or lowering your gaze. Begin by taking a deep breath in, letting it out naturally. Beginning at the top of your head, bring your attention down your forehead to your nose, cheeks, lips, and chin, recognizing whether your head is experiencing ease. Now picture yourself standing barefoot on soft, warm earth. Feel the steady strength of the ground beneath you, solid and unwavering, holding you with care. Let this grounding energy rise through your feet, anchoring you in the present. Now, imagine a gentle stream of water flowing around your feet, cool and clear. It moves effortlessly, winding around you, carrying ease and clarity with it. Notice how it flows without resistance, adapting naturally to the shape of the earth, always moving forward. As you breathe, feel the energy of the earth rising through you, stable, strong, and calm. At the same time, sense the fluid, adaptable energy of the water flowing effortlessly through your body and mind. These two energies, grounded stability and effortless flow, merge within you, creating a perfect balance. With each breath, allow yourself to sink deeper into this feeling of harmony. You are rooted, yet free, steady, yet flexible. Whatever comes your way, you can meet it with strength and ease. Take one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, silently affirm to yourself, I am grounded in flow. I am steady and free. When you're ready, gently open your eyes, stretching any part of you that may need to be stretched. And bring your awareness back to the room. How does it feel to do a guided imagery practice?
I love it. I think for me, it also helped me recognize some tension that I was holding in my body that I wasn't aware of.
Mm.
And then to just focus on those to let that ease out, like just release those muscles a bit. So just the calm that although I feel calm when you do this the meditation,
Mm-hmm.
then it kind of brings it into a deeper level for me.
Beautiful. You mentioned earlier that there's an app that is a new wellness practice of yours that also lets you let things go. Can you tell us about what your current wellness habit is that other people can check out?
Yeah, it's called Centering Prayer is the name of the app. And I love it because you can select, it could be a scripture or just a reading to start with, and then you pick a sound.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to pick sound, but I selected sound bowls. And what I love about that particular sound is as the sound builds, that my body's coming the other direction and recognizing when this sound starts, it's time for us to slow down, to settle down. And you can pick how long a moment of silence you want. I think you can go from as little as a minute to 30 minutes in the app. I've gently started with 5. And just to be able to sit still. And my focus for this month has been 2 things. One, being consistent to do it every day, not just weekdays, because like I don't know what we think happens on weekends that it's like do it every day. And then to take that moment of silence, those 5 minutes, to focus on gratitude, not to ask for another thing or can you help me sell the circle, like all these things, but to just have gratitude. And I find that when those 5 minutes are over, that I feel a bit lighter. I feel like today, no matter what comes, as you said in the guided meditation, I'm free and I'm steady. Like it's going to work out. It might not feel the best at moments, but that feeling of discomfort does not stop me from doing what I need to do today. So I have really been enjoying that app because it also it's a guided moment, right? I don't have to like, oh, what am I going to think about? What am I going to do? I just follow what's happening. And that for me, I don't have to think about it. Just follow along and I get where I need to be. So I've really, really been enjoying just those moments of truly guided meditation and quiet time to just, I don't have to rush through these, 10 minutes total or so of the day. I can give this 10 minutes to myself, and the rest of the world is going to be absolutely fine while I do this.
True story. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that so that others can see what resonates with them. And perhaps it's a gift that they need to give themselves, right? That guided practice and that moment of quiet as well for gratitude. So now I'll share mine in brief, which is I started using avocado and olive oil mixed together as a hair mask. And
Oh,
I know, right? It works. Now I know what to do with my avocados that just are one day too ripe,
you're
right?
right.
You don't have to throw them away. You can use them for a moment of self-care. And as long as you whip it into like a mousse, I can't imagine, hand mashing it.
Right.
There's a method, but it works really, really nicely for moisture and sheen, right? So that's my newest personal care hack that
I
I
love it.
hadn't considered until actually I was at a conference in Chicago and I went to a spa that they did that as a hair mask, and then they did also organic banana, which I'm still
Wow.
avocado. I don't know, right? So $300 to have that done, and at home I think I did it for $1.99.
Right.
So there's place for both, right? Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
of treatments and spa, but if you're going to do it consistently, and you might not feel like you have the time, there's ways to do these practices right in the comfort of your home.
I love that.
Yes. So now we're going to gift ourselves some chocolate. So join me in taking your chocolates. I have a 50% dark milk Eldora craft chocolate, which comes from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay.
And what we do with these is take off this sticker here. This is a sticker that you can put on. I have it on my laptop as a reminder, but wherever your stickers live, to remind you to do a wellness practice, whether it's
Hmm.
using an app for scripture and in moments of silence or gratitude, or doing something for your physical well-being, right? So underneath this is a QR code for the MYRetreat app, which of course we'll share with anyone who doesn't have it. But now, with no further ado, join me in taking your chocolate, placing it in the palm of your hand, noticing its weight. Listen to the sound as you unwrap the wrapper. Look at the colors, the textures, the size and shape, areas of dullness and shine, and what to the untrained eye might look like an imperfection, yet there is no such thing in chocolate. Bring the chocolate up to your lips, noticing any changes that may be happening in your mouth as you take 3 breaths. And when you're ready, take that first bite, rolling the chocolate across your taste buds, noticing any areas that may be registering the flavor differently. Now, that was my first chocolate of the day. I was waiting for this moment, and it hit just right. So, what is it like for you to eat chocolate mindfully?
For me, it is just another reminder that I'm giving my best for today, and that's a small reward for it. That's it. Yeah.
It's a lot.
Not perfection, but excellence. Whatever my excellence is for today, that's what I'm giving, and that's my reward.
Ooh, wise words. Well, we here in Western New York have a snow day, meaning that our kids are home from school. It's, in the single digits temperature wise. And while I was holding that chocolate, my 8-year-old decided to leave his bedroom, which during these 20 minutes, we just say, stay in your room for 20 minutes, right? And the gate fell down. And what I recognized was any other time, if I'm not in my office, but at home, I would take that sip of water. So I always say during workshops, have water with you instead of thinking, oh, something different could have or should have happened. Just take that sip of water. But what I noticed was having that chocolate in my hand and the anticipation of I'm rewarding myself with this chocolate was sufficient, right? And enjoying the flavor and the aroma was enough to ground me and get me back into this moment being here with you. And I highlight that because if we don't fill our cups with self-care and wellness, that can turn very different, right? We all know with Zoom how to talk without moving our lips and uh, tell somebody, I told you to be in your room. But it's not necessary. And I can attest to this morning that my son gave me like a 10-minute hug. It was like a full-on
Oh,
cuddle
wow.
session, which, right? We just talked and chatted in this very chair between 2 other meetings that happened this morning, and that absolutely filled my cup. So the chocolate was enough just to savor and enjoy. And he knows what he needs to do and he knows what he can do better. And that was him doing his best, right? That idea of not perfection, but the excellence that you have within you
Yeah.
in that moment, right?
Mm-hmm. I
So
love
with
that.
that, I am so honored to have had you join me at the Maven Maira Confidence Cultivator. Until next time, take good care.